So we're going to go ahead and look at this video of this RN, a registered nurse, who her man, they makes that money, okay? They make some really good money, and they are living paycheck to paycheck. She says they are struggling to make ends meet. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
We both have good jobs. I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I work full-time. He works full-time. We just got paid this past Friday, right? We paid the mortgage, bought some groceries, put some gas in the car. And guys, it is Tuesday. We have like $200 or $300 to last us until next Friday. Like, we don't live in a big house. We live in a little ranch. We don't live above our means. I don't know what less than paycheck to paycheck is. What is that? Poverty. As a registered nurse. With a husband, with a second.
So let's go ahead and talk about this video real quick. Okay. So she's saying that her and her husband have $200 to $300 left after all the expenses are pretty much paid and done. Okay. So I guess I'm a little confused with that. So I'm wondering, is that per person or is that total? Because then that would mean that he has 100, you got 100, or you got 150, he has 150, right? So let's just say it's total. You are an RN, you're making some good money. He's making some good money. And you guys are saying that you're living paycheck to paycheck until your next check comes in. But I guess I'm confused. That's not living paycheck to paycheck, because you said until your next check comes in, you've already paid all your stuff. If you're getting paid every 2 weeks, which it appears that you probably are, then you have another check of however many $1,000 it is to add on to that. So that's not living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe she just doesn't realize what that is. Living paycheck to paycheck is after all your expenses are said and done. Because most people, their bills, their mortgage / rent, water bill, utility, all this other stuff, phone bills, car insurance, all of that usually takes up both checks if you get paid every other week, so twice a month. It usually takes up a good chunk of both checks. The first one completely, and then the second one a good chunk, to where at the end of the month, you may have, if you're lucky, $100, $200 just sitting there. If you're lucky. A lot of people, myself included with all that, you're left with like $30, $50, something like that, even 100, which still is not much money if we're going to keep it real. So with her, I thought that was interesting. Then she said that we don't live above our means. I don't believe that. You can't tell me you got all this money, because what people also don't get, they think, well, I don't have $1 million house. Yeah, but most people, they have to, quote unquote, live above them, unless you want to live in a hood. Because mortgages and you have rents more so, have gone up to such a high amount that people can't pay it with just one check they have, because your wages have not gone up at the same rate as the housing has gone. Okay, so most people don't have a choice unless you want to live in the hood and get robbed. Okay, let's keep it real. Unless you want to have those kind of issues, most people just simply don't have a choice in that manner. Okay, but you said that you live on a little ranch, and then you showed your house, and I'm looking at your house, and I'm like, her house looks like it's bigger than mine. I mean, you living on a ranch, for crying out loud, so I already know it's a big house. Maybe not big in the way that you're saying, like, oh, $1 million house, $800,000 house. But your house is pretty big. So with that, I thought that was interesting. But here's the thing with a lot of people. Most people, I will argue, have no choice but to, quote unquote, live above their means. And what I mean by that is you can't help it that you got to rent a 1-bedroom for, let's say, $1,400 when it used to be $1,200, but your wages aren't increasing. Everyone says, oh, just get more, certificates and schooling. With what money? You know what I mean? So I understand that 100%. But when you are purposely living on a mini ranch, I mean, it's a ranch, girl. You just said it was a ranch. It's a ranch. So you're living on a ranch and you're saying, oh, well, I just don't get it. I mean, we're like really struggling. Maybe don't live on a ranch. I don't know. Do you have animals? Now, if you have farm animals, then that's different. I mean, that's a whole nother beast you got to tackle. Okay. That's a whole nother thing. All right. That's your business. But if you're over here saying, yeah, we just decided to go and live on a ranch and, it'll be fun, then y'all can't afford a ranch. I don't know if she has kids. I don't know how that whole dynamic works. But just from what I see, you don't need to be living on a ranch if it costs that much. She didn't mention anything about car payments, but let's go ahead and look at some of these comments. This person said, babe, you can make $1 million a year. If your expenses outweigh your income, you're gonna be broke. And that is just what that is. If you are just spending so much money, you're gonna be broke. For you to say you're making good money, it's not like you said I'm making $40,000 a year. Now you make $40,000 a year. Everyone understands, most people anyways, will understand like, okay, yeah, you're just gonna be getting by, okay? Because housing, all these other things you need, car insurance, new tags, all this other stuff is just gonna be costing you way more money. And if you have to travel, if you're not working from home, then you got, your toll passes, some pass, iPass, text tag, all that kind of stuff. So that's the thing. But if you're making good money, like you say, you should not. You should not be living paycheck to paycheck. The same as someone else. Sorry, the same as someone else. The struggle is real. Who says because you have a job that pays well that you can't fall behind? Well, that's the thing. It's how you are spending your money. I mean, you're saying you make good money. Okay, now if you have someone who's making 50 grand saying I make good money, be like, girl, you ain't. Have a seat. You ain't making no good money. You're making okay money, but you ain't making no good money. But you said I'm making good money. So there's no reason why you're even having that. Okay. Someone says here, girl, I work 3 jobs and you still have more money than me right now. I feel your pain. I'm a teacher, line cook, and paper boy. Yeah, so that's the thing. I've lived a month off less than $200 and y'all can't budget that for a day. Yeah, $200 to $300 till next Friday. Girl, some people have it to last until next month. Stop complaining about having. Many people don't have that a month. Be grateful. And that's also the thing, at the end of the day, you're just not, and we can't blame it on inflation. I mean, it is inflation too, but that's just bad spending. Okay. But this video is longer than I needed it to be.